Hello and welcome to another edition of the Gravestone Pros here at North Country Memorials. I am so glad that you've joined us today. It's going to be a fantastic day. I'm going to learn how to polish rock. Come along! Christmas is almost upon us, and I've got a project that I've been putting off for a long time. As a wedding gift, I received a little chunk of granite. It was actually from my wife's aunt, and it is a cutting board. And one of the pads on the bottom kind of got ruined, came off, and so it was tippy and wobbly, and that was no good. And so I brought it to my shop and put some new pads on it, and before I took it back, I was like, you know what, I want to polish this up because it's gotten kind of dull looking over the years, and I've got the equipment and stuff to take care of that. So I thought, why not? I'll take and polish it up for my wife. She'll appreciate that. Well, that was 6-8 months ago. It's been sitting around here, maybe even longer. I don't know. It's been a long time. And so finally I decided, you know what, I need to get this done. So I'm going to go on a little journey and figure out how to use the equipment that we've got for this process and see what I can do. And maybe I'll surprise her and bring it back for Christmas. Let's come over here and take a look at our toolbox first of all. So this is what we've got. We have got an air-driven grinder, and it has a water hookup as well so that I can basically wet sand, and then it's got a whole bunch of pads, and you kind of go from one to the next on up, just as if you were sanding. Here is the cutting board, those nice pads that I got on there. So you can see she just looks a little dull, and I want to brighten her up. I've got my pads starting at 50, going to 100, 200, 400. I think this is 600, then 15, 3,000, and 85 seems to be my leaving off place. So this is what I've got. Now, right now, he's got a grinding wheel on there, so I've got to figure out how to get this off. I guess I will have to find a different wrench for that.
Oh, look at that.
No problem.
Thank you, Jesus, it worked.
Okay, so we got that off. And now, is there a difference between these?
No, same.
All right, we got that on there. Start with that 50 grit pad. There, I think we have that. I wished I would have put that on first, so I'm going to go ahead and do that. There we go. Back on with that. My water line that I have sitting here does not connect, so I'm going to have to figure out what's up with that. I cannot seem to find the other piece for this, and I went looking for a YouTube video because I thought I made a YouTube video on this way back when. And I think I got partway through and then it got sabotaged. We deleted footage. Dad forgot to video what he was working on. Something happened and we never finished it, which was part of why I wanted to do this today. So I don't seem to have a water source for this, so I'm just going to run the hose and keep it going. A little annoying, but we'll make it work. Anyways, I got the air hooked up, so we are ready to go. I think I'm through my first level here. That water is cold, by the way. Very nice and cold. And so I'm going to take this first pad off, and then I'm going from 50 grit to 100 grit. So we could do it this way. This would only take like 5,000 years. All right, I'm going to switch this out and we'll go back to the time lapse. First pass is done here, and bring this close. So I've got some edging stuff that's really bad. Some spots on it don't look too bad, but I certainly have a lot to learn on it. So we're going to start back at the beginning and go through this stuff again and see where we can get.
3 hours later.
I went over it all again, and it is looking much better. Still got a little bit of wet on here. Geesh. I had gotten it all off, but it's sitting underneath this thing, so it dripped back on it here. But anyways, you can see the edges not as perfect as they could be. I'm sure a guy that's really adept at doing this would not be very happy, but I am pretty pleased with where I'm at compared to where we were. It's looking way better. Way better, way more polished. Way more polished than it was. All right, well, as I was finishing that up, a couple takeaways. Don't rush on too quickly. I think I probably did that a little bit in the first round. I wasn't patient enough. And I think of myself as being a fairly patient guy when it comes to that kind of thing, but too much patience is probably not possible. As you get through the higher grits, it didn't seem to need quite as much time per grit, but definitely those lower grits, you gotta take your time on them. The system worked pretty good, so looking at it afterwards, I'm happy for what I was doing. If I was doing professional work, probably not quite there for professional work, but this is one of those things that guys work on a long time to really get good at it and to perfect what they're doing. And so that's kind of how that goes. But definitely feeling it in my hands a bit here. Is sitting there gripping that, and it's spinning, and probably it was gripping tighter than they need to be sometimes. I know, just let the tool work, but it's hard to know, and that's one of those things when you're learning. It's hard to know exactly what to do, but it's the kind of thing I feel like if I was able to do it a little more here and there and just keep working at it, I'd probably get a lot better at it. Doesn't seem like it's rocket science, but definitely there is something to it, and there's a lot to learn, and probably a lot of little nuances that I would learn if you kept doing it a long time, or if you had somebody more professional teaching you. But anyways, we got that tool. I never really did a video. I went back through today looking to see if I had videos on it. I don't think I did. I think I lost all that footage, and so I was glad we could bring it up today and kind of show what I was working on. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this. We are at 2,600 subscribers on the nose today. So working now towards that next 127, heading towards 3,000. Maybe by mid-year we'll have overpassed that. Who knows? Maybe I'll have another video that does really well and we'll shoot up again. You just never could tell with the internet somehow what these things are going to do. But I really appreciate you all subscribing. Appreciate you watching the content, commenting on it. It really is fun. I get notifications and get on there and read what you said. And I try and reply. I don't always reply right away, but I always reply within the next week or two. I get on and kind of reply to everything. So it's great interacting with you guys. Thank you so much for coming along. We will see you all next time.